Hi guys, and welcome to vlog 40! Yay! We made it! Officially 40 times that you've clicked on this to look at my face standing in Kuwait locations. Today I'm outside Alhambra Tower, right outside the Gucci shop, which is quite nice. And down here there's like a sort of paved area. I'm running out of words to describe how amazing Kuwait looks. Like, I don't know if you've figured that yet. Right in front of me is a kind of like water feature. It's got loads of rocks on it, and I'm not sure whether those rocks are part of like a fountain, so if I suddenly get a fright and get totally soaked, yeah, it's a fountain. Obviously palm trees, totally standard. And if I turn you this way, you can see it just goes back beyond me, and there's a couple of Kuwait flags as well. It's really, really nice. This is right in the centre of Kuwait, so hopefully the traffic behaves and it's a bit quieter than usual. There's usually horns honking and tyres screeching. The driving is terrible here. Kuwait, I love you to bits, but your driving is brutal. So tonight, end of social media week, start of something else really exciting. Let me explain. I started doing this vlog because I want to encourage other people to ditch the day job and to pursue their dream. If that dream's entrepreneurship, fantastic, I can possibly help with that. If that dream's something else, pursue that. I'm sure you can find some value in my ramblings about all the trouble that I've got into and all the things that I've experienced just in 2.5 short years already. So that's the reasoning behind what I'm doing. Just move over, this scary gardener's break. And I did this week themed in social media because social media is one of my favourite subjects and I really, really enjoy it. And tonight I was going to do the vlog on YouTube, which I'm going to do. I had explained, I know that YouTube isn't strictly a social media channel, but I feel as if the way it's being used nowadays and how important it is and how relevant it is, deserves its own night tonight, if you like. Plus, it's my vlog, do whatever the hell I want. I'm kidding. But I wanted to talk you through the reasons why I have a YouTube channel. When I was setting up the business, I always listened to podcasts and I watched motivational videos on YouTube. I listened to a podcast every single day. I devoured them. I listened to audiobooks. I used to go out running and have them in my earphones when I was walking between business meetings, when I was in work during the day. Lewis Howes, Gary Vaynerchuk, Tim Ferriss, Chris Ducker, all these guys, just to listen to them religiously, and I learned so much. So around about the end of the year last year, the end of 2015, I thought that it would be good if I was to start my own podcast. But I wasn't going to be the one giving the advice because I didn't really feel in a position to give any advice. I'm still very new to this journey. What I was going to do was work with startup businesses, so very, very young startups, not young in age, you know what I mean, young in experience, young startups, and put them in touch with other people who could help them with a particular problem they were facing at that time. And I recorded a couple of episodes and it was fantastic, I really enjoyed it, but the time taken to put together a podcast wasn't something that I could commit to. Likewise, during that time I moved out to Kuwait as well, and the business needed me here. And yes, I could have done it, but everything would have been getting done through recordings and I was just losing out on the quality, and the accountability kind of fell by the wayside. And I was working with a really fantastic mentor, Mark. He was really helping me through it, and everything was going great, but just something about the podcast medium didn't suit where I was in my particular stage of my business career. But I knew what I needed. I needed something that I had to commit to every single day. I needed something that I couldn't get out of, that people would be wanting me to do. And I needed something that I could just do. I didn't have to plan, I didn't have to think about it, I didn't have to edit. So the thing that had always put me off doing, see how mental the traffic is, that's them parked at traffic lights, they're just going off their heads with their horns. So the thing that put me off doing a vlog was the editing. I had watched Casey Neistat's vlogs. I mean, he makes a mini movie every day. I honestly don't know when he sleeps. I couldn't do that. I knew I couldn't do it. One, I do need to get some hours of sleep a night. I can't do a Casey and just be staying up all night editing. And on the other, I'm not technically gifted at that kind of stuff. So then I had the decision of, well, I had the idea of, well, why don't I just do it raw? Why don't I just do it as me talking? And it's unedited and it's unscripted, and whatever comes up, and we just go with that. And I've got to say, I've really enjoyed it. And the reason that I've enjoyed it, I mean, I don't have a huge subscriber reach. I don't have thousands of people watching me or even hundreds of people watching me. I think my highest views in one of my videos is about maybe 120 odd views, which is fantastic, and I really, really appreciate all the views. But in a weird way, I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing it because I don't have any record of my first 2 years in business. I remember it, I remember some of it. I don't remember all of it through either stress or, forgetting about it because it was so crazy. I want a record that I can look back and go, God, remember that year I started a daily vlog? Remember that time I was outside a Gucci shop in Kuwait? Remember that time I was down at the marina with all the boats? And God, look how passionate I actually was about that subject. So it was a kind of record for me. And actually what I found was by talking through things that I had been through, I'm not giving any MBA level business advice here because I don't know any of that stuff. I'm just telling you what I've learned and what I think. And I might be wrong. But through giving that again, it's like I relive it. And I work with a couple of other people who have their own businesses, and they're just a couple of steps behind the journey than me, that's all it is. And I try and help them as much as I can. Most of the time we just talk through stuff and they come up with their own solutions, and I get more value from that than they do. I genuinely believe that. So it got me thinking over the last couple of weeks. This vlog has been called Daily Business Vlog number 37, 38, 39 and now 40. What if I was to do the vlog for the next few weeks, focusing on one particular change in my business, which is huge, the biggest thing I've ever done? It's the same as starting up a new business, but it's probably bigger than when I started because I'm starting it up while still having to run another business. I have my UK business split into business partnerships, so I work with a fantastic business partner, Brian, for 2 of our Amy UK locations, and the other locations we're growing at the moment through hopefully using other business partners. So all I need to do is create the systems and the processes and the guidelines and make sure they're all written down and make sure they're all coherent so that they can run it to their best potential. And then my role just moves into kind of like coach. So I just make sure that they're okay, and if they need a hand with anything, and we speak it a couple of times a week and that sort of stuff. And this new business that I'm doing, which isn't a new business, I started it a year ago with a business partner of mine, and it links to Amy. So Amy do all-inclusive, short to medium-term luxury apartments and help companies relocate their staff across the world by providing these apartments. And that's what we're out in the Middle East doing. What this new development company does, which I spoke about in another vlog that me and Cassie are working on, is we build sites that have these apartments in them. So as LWG grows, Amy grows, so it's a win-win. And we were looking at sites in Glasgow for LWG and getting absolutely nowhere. And then I come out to Kuwait, and actually there's lots of people out in Kuwait interested in sites in New York and London. And actually we're really interested in New York and London. So in the next 6 weeks, starting on June the 3rd, I am potentially moving to New York City to be based there for the summer, and then to be based there for 2 weeks and in Kuwait for 2 weeks for about the next year. And that is the craziest, the biggest, the most exciting, the most nerve-wracking and the most unbelievable thing that will have ever happened to me, because it's been a dream of mine to live in New York City since I was a kid. It's been a dream of mine to be a property developer since I was about 21, and all of these things are just about to happen, possibly. They might not. Something might go wrong. There's actually millions of things that could go wrong, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to vlog it anyway. And I'm telling you my goal right now. My goal is within 6 weeks I want LWG Developments to have a presence in New York City. I want to be based out there to help that happen, and I'm going to go for it, and I might fall flat on my face. But when was the last time somebody publicly said their goal, charted every single step of their progress through YouTube, Snapchat and Instagram, and just promised to be brutally honest no matter what happens? So if you're sitting there right now and thinking, how's this relevant to me? She's going to New York. If you're sitting there right now and there's something that you want to do, how about you promise yourself that if I can do this, you can do that? And I promise you that I will do every single thing in my power to make sure this happens. And when I do get to New York, in this vlog on the 3rd of June or the 4th of June, whatever day it is I arrive there, is how I made it and how we managed it, then I want you to make me a promise that you'll do that thing that you keep putting off. And that's 6 weeks. It's only 6 weeks, and it's 6 weeks of absolute focus. And I'm going to talk you through every bit of the planning, every bit of the prioritisation, the systemisation, the stress. There will probably be tears, I'll just tell you about them, I won't actually do them in camera. But why not? Because that's what business is about. I want to leave a message to everybody who's thinking of setting up a business that if I can do it, you can do it too. So I genuinely think the best way to do that is to just document it. And it's probably the craziest thing that I've ever done in my life. So wish me luck. And I want you to do me a favour. If I'm going through all this on camera, loudly admitting what I'm going to do, I want you to write down whatever that goal is that you want to do. Whatever that one thing is that you're too scared to take the leap to, that would change your life, I want you to write it down, put it away, and when I smash the shit out of this goal and I'm standing at the top of the Empire State Building on the 3rd or the 4th of June, will you promise me that you'll get it out and you'll do it? And that's only 6 weeks away. So wish me luck. I'm just about to go into an event in this amazing tower here, and I've kickstarted the journey today, so you can follow some of the info on Snapchat, and I'll be doing a Snapchat story every day, so literally you're going to be so sick of me. But please click subscribe just to see me more often. I would really appreciate the support. I'm also going to try and make much of a better effort with my appearance. That's definitely one of the things on the New York to-do list, because these vlogs are just getting, it's a steady decline into just tiredness and rubbish hairdos. Thanks for watching, guys. I am really excited about what's coming next, and I really appreciate your support so far, and I'm looking forward to bringing you on this next stage of the journey, which is just going to be life-changing. Have a great night. Happy Sunday. Go kick Monday's arse, and I'll speak to you tomorrow night. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.